Milan-Sanremo, they didn't win that, but they came very close. Pogacar on the podium. Liège-Bastogne-Liège. No, actually, Tour of Flanders, they didn't compete there this year with Pogacar, nor did he do Paris-Roubaix. One Liège, one Lombardia. So two wins and a podium. Or am did they podium? No, they came very close. They had that Tour of Flanders craziness.
Yeah, didn't Pollitt finish third there?
Yeah.
Because Matthews
Your
got
signing of the
relegated.
year.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't disrespect Nils
Yeah,
Pollitt.
no, that was perfect. And second in Omloop. You're so right. Ah, disrespect from me.
I know.
Yeah,
Took
so that
two.
makes it even better.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just thinking about who I'd put into their Milano-Sanremo team. So 2024, they sent Pogacar, Covey, Del Toro, Hershey, Novak, Ulissi, and Vellens. Vellens obviously being the integral one who was the last man on the Poggio before Poggy launched, even though it didn't really lead to too much. But, Vellens was still integral in that. Obviously, you can't include Hershey and Ulissi in this squad because of obvious reasons that they're not in the team anymore. But let's face it, it's going to be a Poggy centered team once more, isn't it? Like, there's no way that it won't be. So I think you keep it relatively similar in that you have Poggy in there, you have Valens in there, you include some of the rulers. So I'm going to put Pollitt in there. I'm probably going to include Vermeersch in there. Bjerg could probably be in there. Covey seems to always get into this squad. I guess we could send him. But you need those big engines. Maybe Narvaez would actually be such a good shout as well. Him and Vellens on the Poggio would be absolutely deadly. Am I missing anyone? Would you send like Jan Kristen possibly? He was very good this year. Is he too young? He's still only 20 years old, but he was so good this year is the thing. That's what's bringing him into my thoughts. But what do you reckon?
I mean, it is just a warm-up ride with what, half an hour of effort, as they said. So
Yeah. Easy, easy.
it's not like anyone's gonna die after this race in terms of fatigue.
Yeah. What do you think? Would you just send Poggy and a load of rulers?
Yeah, honestly. But do you honestly think he can win this? Because I think he was in incredible shape this year in 2024. But how does he get rid of a Mathieu van der Poel? How
I
does he
just,
get rid of a Mads Pedersen? It's like, okay, he beat Mads Pedersen in the sprint, so maybe that was a bad example.
yeah, I think this is why, and I will die on this hill. San Remo is just guaranteed entertainment, especially in this era. Like, if you want to introduce somebody to cycling, you put them in front of the last hour of San Remo. Easy, because you know in this day and age, Poggy has to attack on the Poggio, like full gas. And you know that all the big names are going to have to follow him. And it's just such a spectacle. That's why I love San Remo. It's just fantastic. And I think you're right. How does Poggy get rid of the other big players? I don't know. The thing is, I thought he almost did it this year, but Van der Poel just about bridged him, just like held him. I really don't know how it's going to happen, but I'd maybe has to go earlier. I don't know.
He has to get Covey to do a crash that takes the whole peloton out. So it blocks, makes like a barricade, and then he
Yeah,
can just disappear. But
I
then
think
Match Vanderpool has a very strong cyclocross pedigree, so he might just bunny hop over everyone.
yeah, it might do. I think also Poggy needs to. I love. I know he only had a small gap, but it was closed up pretty much in the space of two corners by Van der Poel. I think it's not just the Poggio ascent, but it's the descent as well
Yeah.
that he needs to improve on. But you know what? This isn't a Milano San Remo preview.
Or
Should we
Flanders.
should we move on to the Tour of
Yeah.
Flanders? Again, I don't know if you want to send Pogacar to this or not. I think in terms of what I'm planning for him this season, I would include him in this. So I think I'm going to send Poggy. I'm going to send,
You are sending Poggy.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Poggy to Flanders. I would also send Narvaez. I'd send Pollitt. I'd send Vermeersch. I'd send Vellens, Morgado. Who else was in that mad train? Bjerg. He'll get in there as well. Baroncini. I'm not sure I might have already exceeded my seven. What was that? Poggy, Poggy Pollitt, Baroncini, Narvaez, Vermeersch, Vellens, Morgado, and I probably said some. You just include like Header Hots or or whoever like that. Yeah, I'm already over because you're only allowed seven. UAE basically have a lot of options here. Would you send Poggy in your dream
Mm,
scenario here?
I want to send him to Paris-Roubaix. Or he tries to do the Amstel Gold, Flèche Liège-Bastogne-Liège treble, which he almost did, but then crashed out at Liège-Bastogne-Liège. So
Because
Paris-Roubaix, UAE, can you think what their best result was?
it must have been Pollitt, wasn't it? Pollitt did good last year, no?
Yes, fourth. You're right. Yeah, fourth. Well remembered.
You see, Pollitt was second in Omloop, third in Flanders, fourth in
Boom.
Roubaix. Easy, best signing. To Roubaix, I'm not sending Poggy to Roubaix.
Aw, we
Um,
need to have someone to complete the five monuments.
I know, but I think it'll just happen at some other time. I'm thinking Poggy for more for the Ardennes, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's possible because Poggy could go to the Ardennes at like 90% form and probably still win. Let's face it. He probably wouldn't even need to be full form. Like his biggest threat is Van der Poel. But for Roubaix, Pollitt again, it's gonna be the same subjects apart from minus Poggy. So I'm gonna send Baroncini, Bjerg, Herahotz, Morgado, maybe. Pollitt, Vermeersch. Would I send Vellens? Maybe not. And I might send Johansson or Vergelagen or would Narvaez do it? Or one of the Oliveira twins or something like that. That's my idea. Realistically, because I'm not sending Poggy, I just don't think we're going for the win here. I think we're trying to get a podium with Pollitt more than likely. I think that's realistic. That's the goal. If you don't send Poggy, you're probably not going to be able to win against Van der Poel.
Yeah, and I mean, even with Pogacar, I'm not even sure you can beat Mathieu van der Poel on Paris-Roubaix. Like the way he just floated over those cobbles, I've never seen anything like that. But I mean, the team, well, Liège-Bastogne-Liège, because we'll try and get into the meteor part of this. Liège-Bastogne-Liège, Pogacar, they sent Bax. They don't have him anymore, obviously. Finn Fisher-Black, don't have him. They had Almeida, Mark Hirschi, he's gone. Doma Novak, Ulisi, he's gone as well. So a lot of the Liège-Bastogne-Liège squad is actually gone. So what would you fit in those holes? I mean, Jan Christen, he could fit in here quite nicely. I
Yeah,
mean, depending on Juan Ayuso and Almeida, where you're sending them. Yeah, oh my God, Pogacar just makes it ridiculous with the Grand Tour scheduling.
yeah. I think you're right. One of the first names was Jan Kristen that popped into my head. I think this guy's good enough to get into this squad already. So I'd send Poggy, Jan Kristen, Covey, McNulty, possibly.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah.
Narvaez, possibly as well. I might send there. Vellens, I might send here. I'd probably send Vellens to here rather than like Roubaix. Depends whether you want to include somebody like a Grossschartner or a Del Toro or either climbs long enough for Micah. I'm not
Micah.
overly
Oh
sure.
yeah, Micah is still here. Yeah, we talked about this in the cycling transfers that he might have been going to Soudal Quickstep, but he is staying.
Yeah,
That was
he is still here.
yeah.
I think I've got like at least six names there. Somebody's going to need to do the rubbish work at the start, so that'll be Novak because actually Novak did a very good LBL this year, to be fair. So yeah, it's gonna be Poggy and some other people and Novak